Last time on the Banner Saga. Go on. Take the Mender, destroy the bridge. Do it and leave. Take whoever would join you and do not return to my city. The alliance of man and Varl is through. Ivor is almost at the door before Jornder has finished his sentence. Ivor, you're such a badass. The journey continues. Welcome back, everybody, to some more Siderealmidnight plays the Banner Saga. Now, like I said a few episodes ago, I'm not in the habit of doing last times for this series, but I do want to say that last time we convinced Jornder to take the bridge down, I think. I checked, and I still don't have the achievement, so maybe there's another way to do it than the way we did it, but the bridge got taken down, and we now have new Ivor, who is such a badass. Like, look at new Ivor. One less arm, a bunch more strength and armor. His armor break stat isn't as good as it used to be, but I don't care. He's a badass. He's got everything he needs in my book. And now I believe we're headed to Sigrholm to get more plot. Plot is very important in this game, and I'd like more of it. Let's head out. On the journey to Sigrholm. Goodbye, Irontoft. I'll also do this because this is a nice scene, and I want to get a good look at it. Besides, I don't think our morale is going to tank in a way that I won't particularly be fond of. A scout returns with a nearly frozen child. I almost stepped on her in the snow. Looks like she must have been running from something, he says. Patches of blue model her pale skin, but her chest rises and falls ever so slightly. Even just carrying her along could kill her in a state like this, says a woman. We could be in danger here, points out another. You know, honestly, danger is what I live for, because danger gives us more renown. So we could stop the caravan for a rest and tend to the girl. We could stop and look for other survivors. I don't like the idea of resting, because that may take several days. Let's stop and look for other survivors. 1 hour, you shout. Look for any other survivors. Healers, do what you can. A fire flares to life as you follow the scout's lead. Your search is fruitless and you return to a fully settled camp. The healers still fuss with the girl's blankets, but it looks hopeful that she'll pull through. The next day, you set out again. Okay. I really hope that we get more supplies somehow, because I didn't mean to rest, and it looks like we rested. Little girl. A well-tended farm with plenty of livestock draws the caravan's attention. Upon your arrival, the farmer and his workers stand defensively within plain sight, crude weapons at the ready. Their crossed arms make their thoughts clear without a word. Yeah, come with us. It's not safe here. You warn the farmer of the approaching dredge, but the man spits and says, "This land is my life. I lose that, may as well be dead." The farmhands slowly nod their agreement, neither joining you or lowering their weapons. This is not what I meant, game. This is not what I meant by I hope that we get a resupply opportunity soon. We're gonna leave the farmer and his livestock alone. I still don't want to be a jerk. What's his is his, you say to the caravan. No sense fighting those trying to protect themselves. Grumbling bounces around through the clansmen, but the caravan is once again moving. I may regret doing that. Please be another random event that gives supplies. It appears that large figures following from the direction of Einartoft. Oddleif watches intently before finally saying, "They have a cart. I can hear it." You slow to get a better view and spy a small caravan of Varl. Eventually they catch up. Greetings, Ivor. It's been quite a while since we talked, hasn't it? Yes! Ubin, you coming with us, buddy? I know you. Ubin? Never imagined you to be the one to defy the king. What made you leave? Someone had to. What do you mean? Bellower is heading this way. Already? How is that possible? A group of Varl from Wormtoe showed up around the back of Einartoft, the long way. Bellower and his army chased them across the summer path, they said. Past Wormtoe? That doesn't make sense. Bellower was at the bridge. He must have doubled back after that serpent appeared. While we fought on the bridge, he led half his forces around to approach Einartoft from behind. The attack on the bridge was a feint? Don't let anyone tell you the Dredge aren't clever. Einartoft will fall within a day. Maybe not. He's following you. I thought one of you might know why. Oh. Our plot seems to be getting thicker. You exchange nervous glances, but nobody speaks up. Must be me, then. Is there something I don't know? That's quite a grudge he's holding if he's coming for you, Ivor. Also, why does Ubin know his other name? I thought Ubin would still know him by Ingvar. Was he there? Was he there when whatever the thing that happened went down? Oh, Ubin, the stories you must know. It doesn't matter. Our only chance is to get to Sigrholm. Juno will know what to do. We'll join you. I bring supplies and warriors, and my friend Gunnulf here bears a heavy sword. Yes! I believe he'd be happy to swing it for you. Oh, we needed those supplies, Ubin, my old friend. And we needed that renown. I'd also love it if I could adjust the volume of music for myself. I mean, you won't hear how loud this music is, but it is really loud. The caravan stops at a split in the road. Ahead, the path leading to Sigrholm veers off into the hills, which are now swimming with familiar black shapes. Dredge that way too, grimaces Ivan. The summer path leads straight into Sigrholm, while taking the main road will add several days. They're every way by now, replies Ubin. I suggest we go around, past Hawkstorp. Normally, I would just fight straight through the summer path. But this is another thing I remember from my last playthrough. And I've already seen what goes on in the summer path. We'll send scouts, because I don't want to spoil it, but I will take this opportunity. You send 2 scouts. Only one returns. I'll put it this way, he says. We're not getting through that way. It's like they're emerging from the rock itself. Yep, we're taking the main road. I hate to say it, you tell Ivan, but I'm not willing to walk into swarms of dredge anymore. Juno will have to wait. You turn toward the long round around Hawkstorp instead, hoping you saved lives in the process. Alright. We've got a village of some description. Hopefully we can get there before morale tanks. We have weak morale right now. Come on. Come on, we're right on the village. No encouragement or tales of glory will lift the spirits of the caravan. In the north, we have times like this, says one of the Varl. The other giants grin, raising tankards and horns of mead. Skull, they shout, and make short work of their drinks, explaining that each person takes a drink when someone tells a story that is more miserable than the last. Others join them for the second round, and mead is passed your way. Join the giants in drinking. Let's have, some fun? Taking the mead, you shout, Skull! The crowd cheers and laughter echoes through the camp for hours as each person comes up with increasingly more absurd stories of woe. The Varl's remedy is a success, and the caravan is in a much better mood the following day, albeit hungover and with less mead than before. Oh, that was a lot of supplies. But our morale went up. Skull indeed. I will take that. You enter a village of miners who want to know what has been happening recently between the rumblings of the quake and sightings of dredge in the distance. As you look around, you see a lot of elderly and children and know these people will only be more mouths to feed. Encourage them to join you. You make a convincing argument about leaving town before the dredge sweep through and do a fair job of convincing everyone to be completely terrified. They start packing. It remains to be seen whether you can keep them as safe as you say. Market? Market. 1 renown gets 6 supplies? Yes? Oh, what's that, though? +3 armor on rest, +2 drawing aggro, +1 strength. That's really good. What does 12 get us? That gets us up to 13 days of supplies. And honestly, that almost empties out the town. So I think we will do that. We'll get the obsidian bell and we'll get all the supplies. Hopefully there won't be something that makes us lose them. Now, where are we on the map? How's that looking? The map is always, for some reason, the thing that loads in the most difficult of fashions. So there's Sigrholm. Here we are along the summer path. Or wait, no. We skipped the summer path, didn't we? So we're going the high pass. So we're going here to here, down to Sigrholm. What is Hawkstorp like? From atop a high hill, Hawkstorp is named for the many hawks that circle past the tall pines and the loft they sit in that lets them see down into the valley towards Beauregard. The town has never had many residents, but has been steadily growing since helping to construct the high pass. And then Sigrholm is a city built on a spit of land jutting from within a lake, and a place of prestige to live, as expansion soon became impossible on the small island, and ownership was passed down from generation to generation. The crystal clear lake water and beautiful surroundings made the land desirable to the point that a wall was eventually built to keep away jealous neighbors. Alright, so it's a relatively defensible position. And hopefully we get there soon. Like, there's an achievement for reaching a place called Beauregard in 120 days. We may not make it, but I'd like us to. I have no idea how far away they are. Also, we can apparently talk to Gunnulf, so we're definitely doing that. Gunnulf is awesome. Don't talk much, do you? You approach the massive green-clad Varl, who is sitting quietly by himself eating bread. So? Just wanted to know anyone who can cleave a dredge in two like that a little better. I'm Rook. What to know? Ubin asked me to chop a dredge in two, I chop him. Such a badass. Gunnulf. You and Ivor should drink some mead and share some stories. Travel with Ubin for long? Yes, long time. When I was young, I fight for another Varl. It did not work out. But I learned to swing a sword. Ubin pays well, gives me plenty of things to kill. To be honest, maybe too many things these days. You like that sword, huh? No. I love this sword. Given to me by old Scrimmer himself. When I started working for Ubin, he says, I protect the king's collection, I protect the king. Gunnulf makes an expression somewhere between pain and frustration. I couldn't save it, though. He makes a hand motion like an object falling from a tall height and exploding. Mattered a lot at the time. I think it doesn't matter now. Scrimmer is dead anyway. Okay, so that's why Gunnulf cared so much about the loot cart, because he was entrusted with this sword to protect it. All right, Gunnulf, I get you a bit more now. I'll let you finish your meal. Want to be friends with Gunnulf, Rook? He pops the last hunk of bread into his mouth. Keep food in the cart. Yes, sir. Now we could rest. Our morale's normal right now. I'll just leave. We'll improve our morale by killing Dredge if any show up. Which they might, given that the music just took a turn for the epic. Look at that, shouts one of your clansmen. The caravan stops to watch Dredge pulling into the village you just passed through. I hope anyone who stayed behind got out alive, says Lett, but you have your doubts. They're coming, says Ivor, pointing out a line of dredge leaving the village and marching toward you. As you watch, the dredge in front falls over, then the one behind it falls as well. You hear a twang to your left. Nid, the archery student of Oddleif's, who you recall deftly shooting a snow rabbit, is firing arrows down the hill. Another dredge topples. That's incredible, says Oddleif, squinting, but we should get out of here. We already convinced the villagers to leave with us, so returning to look for survivors doesn't make sense. Odd's right, let's go. But why don't you come with us the next time you want to try out that bow, you tell Nid, who nods, a smile on her face. Like, we saved everyone in the village that we could with our, like, speech about how awesome we are. I hate that I can't pan in these moments. I want to see where we are. Several women are talking expressively at the young girl found nearly frozen to death, now called Akfrosta. The quiet child's face expresses quiet terror, aggressively jabbing at the dirt with a stick, with which she clearly used to draw on the ground. Study Akfrosta's drawings. The markings are somewhat intricate. The squares and circles could be wagons, including a depiction of a ox in front. A line from the ox leads to deeper gouges, where Akfrosta has jabbed the stick repeatedly. Depending on how you look at it, though, it could be almost anything. Try to talk to Akfrosta. You're safe, Akfrosta, you say, looking into the girl's blue eyes. She calms a bit before stepping toward you. Using her stick to point at the deep gouges in the ground she previously made, she whispers, "Edge, edge, edge." It doesn't mean anything to you, but you feel like you connected with her a bit. Sweet. Oh, that's a godstone. We're headed to a godstone. Unsure if rest. The Godstone of Dunder passes around you. In the frozen climate, here it looks like the rock has split and is falling apart, held together only by deep snow. Curiously, when standing between the stones, the wind drops off completely, picking up again once you've passed through. I almost wonder if we should rest here for a night, says Ivor, who seems to have noticed the same thing. With all the snow around it, Dredge might not even be able to find us. Stay here overnight, we could use the rest. You walk around camp before settling in. Along each strand of Dunder's massive beard is carved a different part of his story, and you turn your head to and fro to read it. While the Loom Mother was the first to create, she soon found a counterpart in Dunder, who embodied her ideals in a masculine form. Dunder took some of her creations, gave them beards, and showed them the secrets of smithing, though many remember him just as fondly for teaching them games and songs of mirth. So he's the guy who created dudes? Alright. As the camp settles in, you notice a group of boys huddled around something. They show you an offering box, carved into the godstone itself. The box is an elaborate construction of interlocking pieces which slide around when touched. We can't get it open, they tell you. It's like a puzzle. Try to open it. The boys take turns working out the puzzle and give you tips when it's your turn, though you don't seem to make much progress. Eventually, they leave to sleep until it's just you and a couple other determined youngsters. Keep working on the puzzle box. It's hard to know how long you spend sliding around the smooth puzzle pieces, but when people begin emerging from their tents, you know you're in trouble, exhausted from a long, sleepless night. Worse, the box remains closed. You shuffle wearily along with the leaving caravan. Crap. We didn't get morale. I was hoping we would. Might go into this next part with poor morale. But we're gonna reach, Hawkstorp soon, so I'm fine with just letting this happen for now. Up ahead, shouts a scout. Some giant hall, but it's empty. You approach the structure but recognize none of the markings. The walls seem unsteady at best. Finally, sleeping beneath the roof, you overhear several families begin unpacking. Look for any clues about why it was abandoned. Whoever left here may have had good reason, you tell the caravan, but after a few tiring hours searching for clues, you have no answers. The frustration of the wasted time is apparent on the clansmen's faces. Sleep in the old hall. Cheers erupt as people flood into the building. A Varl leans against a supporting pillar. It cracks and brings down a portion of the massive roof, crushing a number of clansmen beneath it. Sadly, the rubble is too deep to recover their bodies, and you leave the building behind with regret. Damn it. When we actually get to stop at this town, I'm gonna sleep like the dead. In the distance, Hawkstorp smolders like an old campfire. Even from here, you can see black figures shambling. Damn it! Through it. That looks like a dead town, remarks Either, confirming your impressions. There's usually survivors, Oddleif reminds you. Check it out just in case. I hope others would do the same for me. Dredge are nothing we haven't faced before. Ivor grunts, but otherwise says nothing. Besides, it might throw Belor off the scent a bit. You head a day's march out towards Hawkstorp. This is where we get our morale. Kind of. Nope, never mind. As soon as you've stepped foot in the small town, you think you've made a mistake. It's thoroughly littered with corpses. Within moments, the dredge are upon you as though you stirred up an angry hornet's nest. You draw your weapons. Alright. So now we have Nid, a bowmaster. So you have... Bowmaster uses her longbow to shoot further than other less experienced archers. She always hits her mark. Bird of Prey makes it possible for her to strike units before they are able to get an attack range, and allows her passive puncture to be used against more enemies who may have been out of range from a normal shot. Okay, so she can do a 100% chance to hit shot from really far away. Alright. And she's got good strength. Well, let's see. I really want Ivan to come in on this, but I don't think I can afford to have him come in on this. I need to start leveling up other people eventually. Let's see. Let's get Gunnulf in on this. No, wait, no. Gunnulf's a super badass. He probably doesn't need to be here. We'll get Nid in, though. Rook is pretty much set for his promotion, so we'll take him out. Nope, never mind, we won't. He is required. Can Ivor leave? He can. But there's no way I'm letting him because he's such a badass. I mean, hell, he could get him another promotion right now if I wanted him to. Eggles got a promotion. Alette. I really need to actually promote some of these people. Hogan also has one. Mogan has exactly enough. Wow, I need to promote people. If only I didn't need so many supplies. I mean, in the case of everyone being fine for a promotion, I don't even know who to take. I guess I'll take Hogan and Eggle. And then I'll give Eggle back his Bjarken rune. I want to take Gunnulf as well, but I don't think I should. Maybe this will be enough. We'll see. Hopefully we get some good renown. Oh, God. So many stone guards. I mean, their ranged is awful. It's friggin' abysmal. But that is a lot of stone guards. I believe that means it's time to focus literally everything we have on destroying the ones that we can actually get to. Or destroying this one, this Colossus. I wish I could see their movement ranges before I did this, but so it goes. And Nid, you can also get up here. Let's ride. How far can you move? Darn it. If I move Ivor up, then he'll be in range to get screwed over. Crummer should be able to move around, though, so I might just put Ivor up here. Just go like this, and then have Ivor break his armor. Then that guy gets to move, then Crummer gets to move. I don't actually think Crummer can be kindled from here, so I'll just move him over here. Break his armor even more. Oh, nice. And then I can get Eggle right in there to break his armor even more. I like this plan. I wonder how well puncture works in this specific situation. Hogan. When does this guy get to move? Soon-ish. I may move Hogan up here then to avoid any kindling. Or wait, no. He moves after Rook. I'll still do it. I'll do it over here, though. And by over here, I mean right there. I don't want to waste their willpower because we have pretty awful willpower thanks to our low morale. Just keep breaking that armor. Goes for the strength hit. Interesting. Well, that means I get to puncture the ever-loving hell out of you. Then I can get Ivor over behind this one. But that puts him in range for a lot of bad times. So I don't think I will. I'll just have him get the kill. Then Crummer. I'd like you to get over here so that you can break armor. Yeah, resting is important. I should probably do it more often. Prevent some kindling by moving Eggle over here. That's unfortunate. Then we can move Hogan over here, and that gives him a really good bloody flail. Oh, the 3 damage. Getting Rook up here wouldn't be bad either. Let's do that. Get Rook, mark prey. You gonna kindle? Yeah, you are. Super useless. Well done. What about Bird of Prey? How much damage will that do? I don't know how much damage it will do, because it doesn't tell me. Oh well. I'll move her a bit more up, just in case. Oh, now he's kindling, which does almost nothing to everyone except for his own guy. Ivor can get over here. Crummer can honestly go up here. I hate doing it, but he needs to get away from the explosions. This way, they only damage the dredge, which is real nice. And we can have Eggle go for a nice relaxing stroll over here and break this guy's armor to hell. Then I will... Yeah, I'll let Hogan do a bloody flail. Because reducing this guy's strength is going to be somewhat important. For when he hits Crummer for 1,000,000 damage, jeez. Now this guy's going to get to move before I can do anything about it, which is unfortunate, but... price I have to pay for getting levels on my, my rather low-strength archer. Crap. And he moved away. Get back here. And Ivor can keep not being put to effective use. Ooh, here's a good opportunity that I can't take advantage of. I'd love to, oh, there we go. Now I can take advantage of it. But I want to hit this guy in the face with Eggle instead. Go for it. Yeah. That way Crummer can live. I can blow on the Horn of Victory, which I think will be fine. Yeah, get him. Nice. And then he does a useless Kindle, proving once again that the Stone Guard AI could really use some work. But that's not my problem right now. Making sure that guy doesn't get a bomb off is my problem now. And that this guy dies. Then we can have armor breaking start. Not the person I want to move. Ideally, I want to move Hogan, but looks like that's not going to happen fast enough. Oh, more kindling. This time it was only half useless. Horn of Victory into more Bloody Flail. Bloody Flail is real good. And then I could have Rook do his move, but that won't matter very much. Except he can get one shot by the Shield Man, which is kind of a problem. If I move him back here, though, he can't be. And then hopefully I can get the kill onto Nid. Hopefully? Nope. Maybe with Bird of Prey? Bird of Prey! Go, Ivor. Get over there. Go, Eggle. Break this guy's armor. Go, Hogan. Do absolutely nothing at all. If I can get this on Nid, too, that'd be really cool. That was close. I'll just get it on Ivor. Nid already has a promotion. My renown grows. Sweet. And Nid has a promotion. Good renown. Come on. No whammy, no whammy. 8. Alright, enough to promote Nid. I'll take it. The town is nothing but ghosts, and now covered in more dredge bodies, too. Remarkably, as you're about to leave, you find an old man sitting quietly in a tattered market stall with a couple items in front of him. He hums to himself as if nothing were wrong and seems to be in shock. Your clansmen gather him into the caravan before you leave. Alright, we got one person for that one person we lost. Total available, 0. Yeah, that's about right. We can get bloodshed coins, which actually seem pretty good. +1 will per kill. But I don't think we shall. I think we need to rest. Yeah, we'll rest a couple days. Get our morale at least to weak. We're not gonna make that achievement. We'll talk to Nid, though. She's earned it. I don't know if we've ever spoken. I'm Nid. You're Rook, I know. We've actually been traveling together for a long time. Isn't it strange how you can be so close to people and not know them? Every day I pass people I swear I've never seen before. I wanted to thank you for letting me join you. Have you always been such a good shot? Honestly, I never even tried before Odd Life made me. I spend my whole life making clothes, cleaning. Odd Life's good, but I don't think it was all her doing. It feels right. I just look where I want it to go. Anyway, I feel better. The caravan, the people worrying all day and making problems. Sometimes they really stew in their misery. I'm glad I can do something helpful. Where are you from? I don't think you're from Skoger. I knew most of the people there. No, I had a house in Frostveller, but we were driven out when the dredge started to show up. My husband died trying to protect our home. My sons and I were thrown out into the fields. I'm sorry. Eccles' men killed my husband. When we left, I was angry. Why was I the one who had to leave their home? How do I deserve this? You look away momentarily, not sure what to say. But I've let it go. I have 3 sons, and I don't want them to grow up with hatred in their hearts. That's why I wanted to thank you. You're welcome. I should be going. Don't think anything of it. We all have our own problems to deal with. Let me know if you need me to put an arrow in something. She returns to her tent where her boys are waiting for her. Alright. Story of quiet badassitude, I'll take it. That story has earned you a promotion. That and the fact that you can puncture people from like 1 billion yards away. Here, you can have more strength. In fact, I think she's our highest strength archer. So that'll be good. Or maybe more exertion? She does have 7 willpower. Yeah, we'll do that. 7 starting willpower is real good. Admittedly, the fact that we have, like, no morale is not making it very good for her, but that's fine. So we'll leave Hawkstorp and then head towards Sigrholm. Well, that was a waste of a day. A flurry of snowfall seems to come out of nowhere and quickly thickens until you are unable to see the man in front of you. You shout out a complete halt, but the screaming winds drown out the sound. A day passes before the blizzard abates and clansmen start to reappear from the snowdrifts. It quickly becomes apparent not everybody is where you last saw them, and a quick search of the area is not enough to recover all the missing clansmen. Screw it. Make a bonfire. Unfortunately, there's no significant amount of dry wood, and attempts to get a fire going are unsuccessful. Crap. So we lost people just cuz, I guess. That's cool. Thank you, random. Thank you, Blizzard. Thanks, Blizzard. Oh, it's another Godstone. I want to stop this episode where when we reach Sigrholm, so we may continue this. Though, I won't miss out on the opportunity for a good shot if I can get it. The Godstone for Ingrid, goddess of knowledge, looks on as the caravan takes a much-needed rest. Ivor shoos some children away from a solitary dredge slinger lying dead beneath the stone. Should we be worried about that, you ask Ivor, pointing to the dredge body. I don't think so, he replies. Still, couldn't hurt to have a few guards look around. Hours pass without warning. Inspect the Godstone. Ingrid's Godstone is carved with ancient runes which don't make much sense to you. Though Ivan tells you some of the Menders have deciphered them. It's how the Menders learned the language of the gods. Past the largest stone is a long series of slabs containing more writing all the way down the hill. The odd thing, he tells you, is that the writing occasionally changes depending on who is reading it. Usually it describes the history of the gods, but it can be about nearly any topic. Sadly, Ivan doesn't know how to read it himself. Juno could, he says. As you're readying to depart, you hear screams from near the main Godstone. The same boys so curious about the dead dredge before are shrieking and pointing. For a moment, you think it must not have been dead, but then you see that they have opened a wrapping that was in the dredge's hands. Wait, says Ivor, his arm across her chest. This shouldn't be seen. Get everyone away. A chill sweeps over you. Alette pushes past and gasps. Stop! Shouts Ivor, but the curious onlookers have already seen it. Leave it. On the ground before the dead slinger is a small stony figure, its hands searching for something it can't find. Oh god, they have children? That's a baby. That dredge is a woman? We've been killing women. We've been slaughtering women and children this whole time? Leaving them to die? In a war, it's only the males who fight. We've been fighting these dredge the whole way. Why are women with children on their backs attacking us? They're not invading, they're running. Everyone stops dead in their tracks. The entire caravan is gathered around aghast. Oh, wait, so all the ranged ones are women? Holy crap. When I spoke to Juno, she told me something was coming. She didn't know what. A darkness. Something black is covering the world, and the dredge are running from it, just as we're running from them. The serpent, the quake, it's all the beginning of the end. Ivor, you knew! Why? Why didn't you say something? Honestly, after the amount of fighting that Rook's been through, I don't think he'd question it. This isn't the time. When I was young, I killed one of the Sunder during the Second Great War. We called it Raise. Every time we'd build our defenses, it would flatten them and push us back again. I became separated from the rest of the Varl and stumbled upon Raise deep in a snowstorm, alone. She was nursing. I threw my axe. It twisted in the wind. Her son died in her arms. She was so pathetic, kneeling in the snow. She didn't even try to stop me when I took her head. That's how I killed the Sunder. When I found my way to Grofheim, the Varl wanted to make me Kender, next to be king. I left, walked until I ended up in Skogar, where no one knew what I had done. Okay. Makes a bit more sense now. Glad we finally got to find out this part of the backstory. The only sound is the wind blowing through the trees. For a long time, nobody says a thing until a child breaks the silence. What do we do with the baby, she asks. A lump forms in your throat, looking at the small obsidian creature squirming before you. Insist on taking it with the caravan. You argue strongly for showing mercy and humanity. Some of the women in the caravan hesitantly agree to take in the dredge infant, while others are furious about bringing it along. Not long afterward, one of the women comes to you. Its swaddling was being held by this, she says, giving you a hairpin that looks distinctly undredge-like. An inscription on the silver almost slips your notice. Persevere. From the goddess herself, if you ask me, the woman tells you. Alright. I don't want to camp for that, but that was interesting. And I will say that I had no reason whatsoever to do that. I didn't remember anything about it. I just thought, hey, this could be interesting later. More resources, right? You're making the usual rounds when you hear a rather loud debate coming from the area that Varl have gathered. Ivor joins as you approach. Ubin, you'd rather be known for falling asleep and dying in the corner of a mead house than battling a Sunder? No, I'd rather be known for not dying. Don't even know what you're worried about. I did this 100 times in the Great Wars. Take some warriors, plow headfirst into the dredge. They follow you into the hills, get lost, now they're not following you. When you did this 100 times, did they have Bellower leading them? Have you never heard about the time I hit Bellower in the head with a throwing axe? Both Varl halt their debate when they suddenly notice you watching. What's this about? Careful, my friend. A lot of old history getting thrown around here. The warriors were just noting that there's a damn good number of dredge on our asses. Bellower pulling up the rear. This one thinks he can just wander up there and throw them off our tracks. How about some gratitude? Thought you'd be happy to finally be the oldest Varl in the land, Ubin. I'm never happy to lose more Varl, Krummer. Besides, I'm not convinced you're really older than me. Old rivalry you've got here. Comments like that remind me I've already wasted too much time doing nothing. In the old days, I'd already be halfway to the battlefield by now. Speaking of which, you coming, Ingvar? You could ask Bellower for your arm back. Don't think so. Not exactly in the mood right now. Alright then, I'll tell Hatterborg you said hello. Crummer and a good many Varl warriors head out towards the growing army of Dredge. Is he going to come back? He always has before. But this time, feels different, I fear. Well, I hope he does. That'd be really nice. I would have gone with him if that seemed like it was an option. Also, I really hope we get some supplies. Please tell me that's Sigrholm right there. Someone's been nicking extra goods from the supplies, the concerned woman tells you. Counted these myself yesterday, my mistake. This keeps up, we'll all be starving before long. Ask clansmen if they've seen anything suspicious. Notice anything unusual around the wagons? You ask several groups in the caravan. To a man, they shake their head. Though they ask no questions, you can tell concern is spreading throughout. What, it's gonna make my morale worse? Come at me. And yes, gather round, doubters, echoes a shout in the distance as Crummer and his band of warriors break through the nearby foliage. And behold the invincible Varl! The caravan is thrilled to see Crummer return safely. So am I. Thank you, Crummer. Thank you for being such a badass. Did the plan work? Asks Subin. Work, responds Crummer. Of course it worked. Same old Dredge. Should be another day or two at least before they even find their own asses. And if you apologize, I'll tell you how I found these, Crummer says, tossing you a pair of leather gloves that look big enough for a Varl. He leans in close, whispering so Ubin can't hear. Had something to do with a raven's nest and a hair tie. Dunder's hand. But wait, did we lose people to starvation? We had days of supplies.
As we fear the worst. The once calm lake surrounding it now looks like a bowl that has been flipped. Proud homes sinking into muddy water. A side effect of the quake. What has the rest of the world become on the other side of those mountains?
Alright, we did it. We reached Sigrholm. We're miserable and starving, but we made it here alive. And more zooming in, could always use more thumbnails. Oh, look at this guy. He is destroyed. He is destroyed mentally and physically. One catastrophe to another, says Oddleif as you pull into Sigrholm. The town appears to be sinking into the lake. Townspeople peek from dark windows and makeshift hovels further up the hill. No, says Ivan, looking frantic. Where is she? He runs to the front of the caravan, looking out over the water. Juno isn't here, and you get the creeping feeling you're not welcome either. Going upriver looks out of the question. The beach is bare aside from the occasional skeleton of a ruined fishing boat. You reluctantly set up camp in the sinking town. All I'm saying is, how long are you willing to wait? While taking stock of Caravan, you've inadvertently walked into a debate between Oddleif and Ivan. As long as we need to. And I think we need to get out of here. I don't feel good about this place. Why? What's wrong? Something doesn't feel right. The people here are staring at us like those vultures in the waste. I'm sorry, Ivan. I think Oddleif is right. I saw a man the whole time we were setting up. He was just watching me. In a creepy way. And how long before the Dredge find us here? Juno will come, just give it a little more time. Rook, listen to me. I need you to trust me on this. Okay. I think we're gonna call it here, but before that, I want to see what items we got. Because we got 2 items from random events. We got the Vadran Silver Brooch, +1 Strength Resist. That seems incredibly good. And then we got Dunder's Hand. According to the myth, the god Dunder needed these gloves just to lift his hammer of creation, as heavy as it was. +3 strength. Oh my god. Alright, so we got some useful items. Nobody important died, though we lost a few people to starvation. And we'll continue with what's going on in Sigrholm on the next episode. So thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and a comment if you like what you saw. Always appreciated. And I will see you next time.